So first I'm going to look at the craft paper and see what we can do with that. I have a wide variety of chalks, Contes, and soft chalk pastels. I think I've had these chalk pastels since 2010 or maybe even 2009, and they're still like fully, you know, like basically a full set. I've used a few of them and like broken them into pieces, but like they basically last forever. So if we look at the chalk pastels first, you can see if you just take a piece and use like the blunt edge, the side, to sweep it across the page, that it creates a really beautiful texture on the craft paper. I can see this being a really nice like concrete texture. You use the edge to create other kinds of marks. Also, if you want to make it more smooth, you can just use your finger to sort of blend it in to the page like that. So you could blend a few different colors together. I like to stick to earth tones. Again, you can use this to create textures. I think if I was going to create, I might want to create some planting. I could just sweep up some lines of grass like this. We'll use this one again. See how the chalk really can be built on top of each other, so the color maintains its clarity even when you draw it across another color. Of course, if you wanted to, you could blend this. And then go over it again. That's kind of a nice way to create a reflection. So with this craft paper too, the Conte is very similar, but it's a little harder. It's more compressed. It's like a compressed chalk pastel. And I have mine, it usually comes in kind of like flesh tones. So I have like a sepia color. I guess this is the sepia color here. And then this like a henna color here, and then a range of blacks and grays, and a pink color. So these are nice because they break off into like sharp edges, so you can use them better than the chalk pastels to create like more fine edges and fine lines. But in the same way, you could use them on their edge. And you can blend them as well. This would be a nice texture for like railroad lines. If you were, if you have railroad lines on your site. Just doing something like that could easily convey that there's railroad lines. I see they break really easily, but that's fine. You might use the dark one as a section cut. You could also use it to sort of convey information in the background. Depending on how hard or lightly you press down on the material is going to impact the amount of media that's left on the page. So I think like these are really meaningless explorations in a sense. Like they don't have any practical application just as they are on the page. But I think that putting a piece of something in your hand and putting it on paper, I think there's just, it enhances your relationship to drawing so that you don't just continue to see drawing as something that's about clicking your mouse on the page all day long, which is easy to do when you're working in an office.